Hello guys, good day to you all. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. I was talking about the usual democracy parade and all that, how some media outlets, are reported that it will not be carried out. Even the national live broadcast, that we are expecting, or we expected President Tinubu to do in the morning, it was cancelled. And what we heard is that there's going to be a joint section address at the National Assembly today. It's supposed to be around 12 or so. Maybe it has started, we don't know. So and people have been talking about it, and I'm like, okay, why go to the National Assembly? Why you want to address Nigerians of National Assembly? At this point in time, I don't even know if they want to address Nigerians or they are just addressing themselves there within the assembly, because we have reports going around that media have been banned from entering the National Assembly. God, you see why they talk about this our democracy? Say what will the practice not be? We don't collapse. Exactly what I've been saying. So if they don't want the media in the house, how do Nigerians now get to know what speech or whatever it is that Tinubu wants to say today? Because right now at this point in time, the whole thing just irritates me. Like, it just irritates me, not on a day like this. So I'm going to be reading part of what one of the media houses reported with regards to this effect. But before that, let me quickly also add here that PETEROBI has come out to talk about give his own democracy speech. So I'm going to show you that video first, and then we'll be back.
Today, June 12th, is slated as Democracy Day. Most unfortunately, in our present state, our dear country, Nigeria, cannot be justifiably classified as a democratic country. The vital indicators of democracy are noticeably absent. Some do not even exist. Democracy is said to be a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. Yet, none of these three measures exist in our democracy today. Rules, regulations, requirements to participate in election or be elected for are not followed. Consequently, people who are not qualified and ought to have been be disqualified are now holding public offices. As we mark June 12th, a day symbolizing the struggle for true democracy in Nigeria, it is deeply troubling that under the present administration, in a short span of 2 years, our nation has witnessed a broad erosion of democratic principles. There has been a corresponding decline in security and the quality of life for millions of Nigerians. We have traversed from rigged elections to collapsing social service, from soaring poverty to rising corruption, and from seemingly stable economy to palace economy. It is most troubling that in 2 years in office, the present government has brought our nation to the point where our leaders now celebrate and endorse failure, lies, and propaganda. The government today, rather than show genuine accountability and measurable progress, focuses on manipulating the narratives, gaslighting the public, shifting blame, and weaponizing governance. Meanwhile, Nigerians live in a worsening and worrisome insecurity, widespread corruption, hunger, and general despondency. There are no clear benchmarks for measuring tangible development as we continue to witness the collapse of key indicators like education, healthcare, and poverty alleviation, which are the parameters for measuring national progress. Simple comparison of what has happened in the past 2 years now relies on propaganda and misinformation to mark misgovernance. Our country today can best be described as a nation declining fast in all its facets. The security of lives and property has worsened, and the rule of law is virtually non-existent. These are hard, verifiable facts. On May 29, 2023, when this government was sworn in to office, Nigerian gross domestic product, GDP, was $364 billion. As of today, it has declined to $188 billion, a decline of almost 50%. Nigerian per capita income was $1,640 as of May 2023. Today, it has dropped to about $835, a devastating decline of about 50%. Nigerians living in poverty have increased from 38.9% to 54%. Simple comparison of what has happened in the past 2 years now relies on propaganda and misinformation to mark misgovernance. Our country today can best be described as a nation declining fast in all its facets. The security of lives and property has worsened, and the rule of law is virtually non-existent.
Watch them come for PETEROBI for speaking the truth. I'll say this, we have no democracy. Like, even a blind person can list, 10 indicators that democracy in Nigeria has failed. I just wait, I wait to hear the speech of President Tinubu as he is said to give a joint section, probably before the end of the day. I'll bring the video up for you guys to hear and see for yourself. But on a more serious note, something really needs to be done. Look at our rule of law. Look at, the arms of the government that we have. The one where even suppose they're independent, they're independent. Look at, in fact, everything. The one that is super annoying to me is the one of the INEC. The one that is supposed to conduct an election, through a process, through a means that will give us a leader, according to the heart desires of the people. But that's not what we see. The INEC is something else. And not be today they start. We see them coming up with lies and, different stories here and there. We hear them go talk and say on a very important day like this, they ban journalists from entering the house. Like, where did they even hear them? I've never even heard of it on a very important day like this. On an important day like this, journalists not even supposed they feel free to ask some questions. But that's not what we are seeing. We are seeing a very serious, bromance between the president and the members of the assembly. And let me tell you, if nothing is done by Nigerians, this is how it's going to continue. Today, what will they see? People are busy protesting up and down, and then one governor somewhere was asking, I heard they want to protest June 12. What's the reason behind the protest? There is no need. Are they seeing that what they are telling Nigerians is not what it is? At least we are not kids. Do they even understand That what they are selling to Nigerians is not what it is. Nigerians, we are seeing otherwise. Obi don't talk everything finish. See our GDP. See our, what they call them? See our rule of law. Just everything. Look at the number of unemployed people in Nigeria. Look at the number of out-of-school children in Nigeria. Look at the level of poverty. Everything don't increase. Then, do these people care? No, they don't. Anytime I look at some of the things they allocate to, things that are termed irrelevant, I just conclude that these people are clueless. They have nothing to offer. Anytime. Because tell me, how can you, with all the things that we have confronting us, you go and use 39 billion to renovate, what is it called, conference center. You go and use 21 billion, additional 10 billion again as alleged for the VP's house. You go and use 55 waiting for, what is it called, in the villa. Maintenance of private jets. You go and use almost close to 1 trillion naira for street lights. Which industry do we have that is going to generate employment? Which industry the federal government don't revive or create where we say we should say employment go there? Which one? Nothing. We have seen several lies up and down, and it's never going to end. If anybody is expecting that these lies will end someday, it is never going to end. The only time it will end is when we have the right people. That's when it will end. Let me read out part of what Vanguard reported. Journalists accredited to cover the National Assembly were on Thursday barred from gaining access to the chamber where President Bola Tinubu is scheduled to address a joint section of the Senate and House of Representatives as part of the Democracy Day celebration. The president is expected to deliver his Democracy Day speech at noon as part of activities marking the June 12th commemoration. Despite possessing valid accreditation tags, reporters from several major news organizations were denied entry by security personnel stationed at the entrance to the gallery, the designated press gallery of the National Assembly. Officials of the Department of State Services (DSS), the sergeants-at-arms, and other security operatives manning the gate insisted that only people with special accreditation would be granted access to cover the section. Journalists affected by the restriction include representatives from The Guardian, Vanguard, TVC News, Punch, News Central, The Nation, and ITV, among others. While accredited journalists were locked out, several politicians, aides, and individuals with no official role in the proceedings were seen gaining entry into the chamber. Security personnel told the journalists to follow the proceedings from the television screen at the National Assembly's Media Center. Members of the press corps described the move as an infringement on press freedom and a deliberate attempt to limit media coverage of a significant national event. Now, you can see exactly, how this government keeps, letting us know that democracy in Nigeria is completely collapsed. Today or for a very important day, you see how they are denying journalists access, to cover the event, let alone even asking vital questions. So I am going to take a few social media reactions before we return to the video to wrap this up. Chinemelum say later someone will say he will address Nigerians but doesn't care about the poor masses, but some bigoted children of Adam won't accept this. And then we'll have the crypto general saying it implies he's to talk trash like what he's doing before. And then we'll have Omoala saying, "Oh, I never see anything. Welcome to the real demonstration of craze era democracy." And then we have Egbenti saying he don't want them to record the trash and incoherent speech he will give. Favor saying, "By my word, APC plan of a one-party system in Nigeria will never stand. the fall of the APC party and its government will be disastrous and very soon. And then we'll have Tinubu must go saying Tinubu left Nigerians and went to address his fellow criminals in the National Assembly on Democracy Day. We have toxic obedience saying Democracy Day celebration with one of the pillars of democracy, which is the press and media, under institutional hostage. They will have Napolitani saying packaged fraud. Jeff Philip, the Sadis, and other online APC idiots will tell you the media is a problem to democracy. Share this kind of news, not the market Nigeria. Share this kind of news, not the market Nigeria. I'm asking this to the APC supporters because I hate the fact that because you are a fan of someone or you're a fan of a political party, which to me is just nonsense. I hate the fact that you cannot even have the balls, to say the truth where need be. I don't like it. And because these people keep having people who are supporting their nonsense, they'll keep doing it. Where is it even heard of? Today, that is a very important day. Even ordinary days say, oh, there's something that needs to happen. Are you not supposed to allow the media to cover it? Then on 4 day today, and then watch them again come out to spew lies before Nigerians, if eventually a few clip we find this online here and there. That's exactly what they will say to us. Now court matter in the one talk there. Is it court matter that they want to say there that they are stopping journalists from having entrance into there to cover it? Is it a court activity, or do they want to share dollars? Because they have these people. It is our resources that is suffering. And then they will come out and doctor statistics and sell to us that the economy is improving. They've been able to remove the fraud in subsidy. They've limit fraud in subsidy. Remove a fraud in whatever it is they want to call it. Exchange rate. All the lies. In fact, it doesn't have an end. It's a continuous thing and it's disgusting. Union of journalists. Or whatever it is they call them, the Nigerian Union of Journalists. Oh yeah, it's up to them. The ball is in their court. The earlier they rise up to fight all these things, the better for them. If not, let me tell you what will happen. They will keep doing this kind of stuff and they will keep getting away with it. Because I have never heard that such an important day will have media houses being restricted, from covering this kind of stuff. God forbid. Siam. They will still tell us that democracy has improved. Now the democracy now will be inside so where people don't get freedom anymore. Thank you so much for watching. Please do leave your opinion in the comment section. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Click on the notification bell the moment you subscribe. That's where you get to know as soon as I publish video. Thank you so much guys for the love and all the support. God bless you richly. See you guys in my other videos.